Welcome to my channel, and if you're new, hello. Today I will be giving some tips on how to survive college while being a parent. This may apply to you whether you're going back to college, currently in college, and you have children of any age, and I hope you guys enjoy. Disclaimer: these tips and advice will only be based on my experiences. These tips might or might not work for you. It all depends. Right out of high school, I wanted to go to a community college. I thought that was the right choice for me. I had talked to several of my teachers in high school, and they advised me to go to a community college, so that is what I did. I wanted to finish my general education to transfer out to a four-year university. I was thinking about majoring in biochemistry to go into medical school. I wanted to become an obstetrician gynecologist. An obstetrician gynecologist pretty much assists women before, during, and after pregnancy. That is what I thought I wanted to do, but when I became pregnant with my first child, I thought that I would need something faster. So I went with nursing, which is the next best thing. It is in the medical field as well, which is my passion. After having my daughter, I decided I was still going to continue with school. 2 years after I had my first child, I became pregnant again. I was still going to school, but I was almost done. But because I got pregnant and I had other difficulties, I got a little delayed. I'm currently still in the community college, and I am almost finished with my general education. Actually, this fall, 2017, is my last semester at the community college, and I will be applying to nursing schools. I will start a nursing program and on my way to becoming a registered nurse, and I'm so excited. Going to college and being a parent isn't easy. It isn't the most difficult thing either, but the tips that I'm about to give you have helped me, and I have used and needed as well. If you guys are interested, keep on watching. My first tip for you guys is to set a goal. What is it that you guys want to get out of going to school? A better job, more experience, what major you want, what degree you want, because there are different types of schools. Whether you want to become an LVN, for example, you can get an associate's degree at a community college, or you can go to a four-year where you can get a bachelor's, master's, or there's different levels and different schools that you can apply to, and that all depends. Do you want to go to school part-time, full-time? If you're planning on working and going to school and having kids, that might be difficult. It's totally doable, but you want to note whether you want to be part-time or full-time. Goals are important to guide you so you won't spend more time than you need at your school. Sometimes going to a community college, they say it takes 2 years to transfer to a four-year, and in many cases, if you do it right, it does take 2 years, at least it should. But sometimes life happens, and it doesn't always take 2 years. I've taken more than 3 years to transfer. Once you know the goals that you have, and you have found a school that you're interested in, tip number 2 will help you, and that is see what resources that school offers. And by resources, I mean financial aid, scholarships, book lending programs, tutoring, and childcare. And there's many other resources that they have, but these are most common ones that people use. Third tip, childcare. It may come in several forms: in school childcare. The school that you decide to go to may have their own facility for childcare. A family member can also be part of that childcare that you need. My mom is who takes care of my children while I go to school. You can also look into daycare centers around your neighborhood, or the childcare services in your school might provide you a list of preschools or daycares that they have around the school as well, and you can look into that. And that also depends on what age your child is in. Tip number 4, which is a support system. You have to have a support system when you're deciding to go to school or you are in school, because if you have children, you can't just do it by yourself. You need family members, friends, boyfriend, husbands, cousins, anybody whom you trust, again, to help you. For study time, you're going to need a support system. There's always counselors at your school as well that are willing to help you and listen to you with your stresses and what troubles you're going through at school. There's also psychological services at school. Going to a psychologist doesn't mean that you're nuts in the head. Absolutely not. Sometimes you need somebody to talk to. You need to let things out that certain people are qualified to get you through. And I'm not saying that a friend won't listen to you. I'm not saying that your mom or your dad or your husband won't listen to you. It's just certain situations are meant for certain people and places, if that makes sense. Tip number 5, have an agenda. Having an agenda is important. It is like the must have when you're in school, because it will help you succeed in all of your classes, all of your school career. Without my agenda, I would be a total mess. This is my agenda, you see? My best friend this year. I took a course all summer, so before the class started, the professor emailed us with our schedule. So I wrote down every deadline of assignments, when the quizzes were, when our major exams were, and when I have to take my kids to the doctor, when I have to go to the doctor, outings. You know, go ahead each semester, whenever your school time is, just write everything in there. Agendas are perfect. I won't go on further with these. Just have an agenda always. 6th tip is to study. You want to study, study, study. And I don't mean the night before your exam or, oh, I'm going to study all day Wednesday. No. This is what works for me. And I feel like most people who have tried this can say that it works for them. You have to have blocks during the day, whether 30 minutes, 1 hour, or 2. Blocks. So let's say I'm going to study from 6 in the morning to 7 before my kids wake up. I'm going to study, I'm going to read 1 chapter from 6 to 7. And then I'm going to make breakfast or whatever your morning routine is after that. And let's say mid-morning or lunchtime, maybe even sooner, you throw in another 30 to an hour, depending on the pace of your course and your class, and depending on how you learn too, because my brain starts shutting off after like an hour, hour and a half. So I have to go by blocks. And each day it's going to be like this. If I cram the night before an assignment or a quiz or exam is due, I will not learn anything. So I've done this in the past, I'm going to be honest. I have crammed the night before. And some quizzes I have passed, some exams I have failed. So that does not work for me. I cannot cram. Ask for help. You need to study a little extra. Ask for extra time for somebody to take care of your kids. Ask help at school, your professor. Most schools, every school I know, should have tutoring services. And if you're struggling, go to a tutor. I know in the past I've been very prideful and I say, no, I can get through this class without any tutoring. And most times, yes, I have. But if I could be honest with myself, I know that I could have gone to the tutor and gotten that A instead of a B. Another tip under this study tip is raise your hand. Be involved in your classes, because the more you are involved in your classes and with your professor, the chances are you will succeed in that course or classes. Every class, you should raise your hand. Don't be embarrassed. No question or answer is stupid, okay? And I know that this comes from high school or middle school, that I was always embarrassed to raise my hand, because there are always those kids in school that always like laugh at your question or answer, and it's like, I tried. Don't make fun of me for trying. Yeah, my answer may be stupid, but I will know and not be stupid. Tip number 7 is attendance. You can't say, oh, I don't want to go to school today. No, you can't afford not to go to school and miss information and exams or quizzes. Like, you need to go to school every time your class is in session. Alright, don't miss class. Don't skip. Don't go with a friend and eat. Don't. Okay guys, so those are my tips on how to succeed as a parent in college, school, any school. I might have missed several tips or advice. There's just endless amounts of advice and tips for college students who are parents or non-parents. Decide what you want. You know what you want. Don't have other people decide for you. If you want to go to school, go to school. And without rambling on, I will stop there. Thank you for watching. And if I missed anything, just comment down below. I'll answer any question that you have. Alright, bye!